Every workshop depends on support systems. They are not usually the first thing people think about when setting up a shop. Most of us start with a few tools and a project we want to build. The support systems come later. They tend to develop over time as we discover limitations, solve problems, and figure out what makes the work easier. Over the years, I have noticed that many workshop improvements are not really about tools at all. They are about making the shop easier and more enjoyable to work in. Today I want to talk about 3 support systems that nearly every workshop depends on: electrical power, lighting, and storage. Let's start with electrical power. When people talk about shop power, the conversation often turns to bigger panels, more circuits, and more outlets. Those things certainly have their place, but in a one-person shop, the reality is often different. Most of the time, only one major power tool is running at a time: a miter saw, drill press, router, sander, or circular saw. Because of that, many home workshops can get by with less electrical capacity than people think. In my experience, the bigger challenge is usually getting power where it is needed. Shops evolve, machines move, benches get rearranged, new tools arrive. The outlet that seems perfectly located 5 years ago may not be in the right place today. Extension cords become part of the solution, whether we like them or not. Additional outlets can help, but they rarely eliminate extension cords completely. Electrical needs also tend to grow slowly. A shop might start with a few hand tools and a drill. Later, there may be battery chargers, a shop vacuum, dust collection, a computer, cameras, and additional lighting. In my own shop, the support equipment often uses as much power as the tool I am actively working with. The point is not to tell you how many outlets you need. It is simply to recognize that electrical power is a support system that grows and changes as the shop grows and changes. The second support system is lighting. Good lighting affects almost every task we perform in the shop. It improves safety, accuracy, comfort, and overall enjoyment of the work. Like electrical power, lighting tends to evolve over time. Many shops begin with simple task lighting. The goal is straightforward: put light where the work is happening. That might be a clamp light over a workbench, a work light aimed at a machine, or a fixture hanging over a specific work area. Task lighting solves immediate problems. It helps you see what you are doing and allows work to continue. As the shop develops, the goal often changes. Instead of lighting one small area, we begin trying to light the entire workspace. We start noticing shadows. Some corners are bright, while others remain dark. Walking from one area of the shop to another can feel like moving between different rooms. Over time, many shop owners begin adding more fixtures and improving the distribution of light throughout the space. One thing I have learned is that good shop lighting is not necessarily the brightest lighting. It is often the most consistent lighting. Smooth, even light reduces shadows and makes it easier to see details, regardless of where the work is taking place. Less time is spent fighting poor visibility, and more attention can be focused on the project itself. The walls and ceiling also become part of the lighting system. Light-colored surfaces reflect light back into the room and help spread it around. Dark surfaces absorb light. 2 shops can have identical fixtures and bulbs, yet feel completely different because of the colors used on the walls and ceiling. Fixture placement matters, but so does what happens to the light after it leaves the fixture. Today's lighting options offer many choices. One example is the screw-in multi-panel LED lights that have become popular in garages and workshops. They can provide a major improvement over a single bulb and require very little installation effort. For many shops, they serve as a bridge between simple task lighting and a more complete lighting system. As needs change, lighting can continue to evolve right along with the rest of the workshop. The third support system is storage. This is one that many of us continue working on for years. Every project, every new tool, and every new interest seems to create additional storage challenges. Storage is often viewed as shelves, cabinets, bins, and drawers. Those are certainly part of the solution, but storage is really about managing the flow of materials and work through the shop. Most shops have some form of raw material storage. Lumber, metal stock, sheet goods, hardware, adhesives, and consumables all need a place to live until they are needed. Then there is intake storage. New purchases and newly delivered materials need a temporary landing area before they can be sorted and put away. A sheet of plywood waiting for a future project. A box that arrived yesterday. A project spread across the workbench waiting for the next step. A container full of fasteners. They are all storage problems, even though they do not look the same. Work in progress creates another storage challenge. Parts being machined, assemblies being built, and projects waiting for the next step all require temporary space. This is often the most difficult storage category because it changes constantly. What is being built today may be completely different from what is being built next month. Parts and fasteners bring their own challenges. Nuts, bolts, screws, washers, electrical connectors, and specialty hardware need to be organized well enough that they can be found when needed. Time spent searching for a part is time not spent making progress on a project. Tools require storage as well. Some tools are used daily and need to be close at hand. Others may only be needed occasionally, but still need a known location. The goal is not perfection. The goal is knowing where to look when a tool is needed. Finally, there is output storage. Finished projects, completed assemblies, and items waiting to be installed all need a place to go. Many shops eventually discover that finishing a project can create a storage problem of its own. Over the years, I have come to believe that the best storage system is not necessarily the one that holds the most stuff. It is the one that allows you to find what you need when you need it and put it away when you are done. Every shop owner solves that problem a little differently. Power, lighting, and storage may not be the most exciting parts of a workshop. They are rarely the stars of the show, yet they influence almost everything we do. They affect how comfortably we work, how efficiently we work, and sometimes whether we can work at all. Every improvement may seem small at the time. One outlet, one light fixture, one shelf. But over the years, those small improvements add up and completely change how a shop works. Like most parts of a workshop, support systems are not built overnight. They evolve one improvement at a time as needs change and experience accumulates. If there is a common thread running through all three of these support systems, it is that workshops are never really finished. They continue to adapt to the work being done and to the people doing that work.
When you're first starting out, I get it. A shop is a table or a workspace and tools and a part. And you work like mad to get that part fixed and get it out and call the job finished. But if you stick with it, over time you're going to want to improve your support systems for your shop that are going to make you a more effective worker in your shop and produce better products. This is all part of my shop setup series on my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. I've got more to come. I've got a little bit of a shop mess to clean up here. It's not too bad today. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.